Guys, I'm on the way to a holiday and I got stuck. So I've just finished a political campaign, and basically when you're running for president or running any political campaign, it's on your mind 24/7. For the past year, I've had Arise South Africa on my mind every single day. And elections were just over. I believe we did very well in the elections. And now I was finally going to have a weekend away without thinking about a political organization. If you've ever run anything like a political organization, you know that everybody's always trying to get a hold of you. There's so many different components. So finally, I wanted to be alone. Just go and relax alone. So I decided, you know what? Let me see where I can go. And I went on the bookings.com app and I was just looking for places. And I found a lodge that had a 9.8 rating out of 10. Now, you all know every rating is always normal. Like, they'll find an 8, you'll find a 9, 9.1, but a 9.8. So I was like, what type of place has a 9.8 rating that tourists give them? So I had to go. So I made my booking and I went through and I just went alone. No driver, no protocol, no security, just one man. I wanted to be alone because when you run politics, you're surrounded by so many people. And this is my time just to drive alone. So I hit the road, went to Limpopo, where I come from, my home province. And I was really excited to have a really great time. I'm supposed to be going that way to the holiday destination, and the tire just burst. So I'm gonna try and change it and continue. Oh, look, here's a copy of my book. Guys, get a copy of the book. It's out on all stores. I am the vision, a working vision as well. Hey guys, so I've unloosed everything now. Got my spare tire, I need to now change. So if you can look at where the sun is, I'm trying to make sure that I go for a game drive and see lions before the sun goes down. So we've called the game lodge, they're coming through. I'm about to finish this off. I've got one already out, this one should be out as well. So we're nearly there. Okay, one's out. So, sure, it's hot, very hot. Snap, is this thing stuck? Oh snap, it's stuck. So we've taken out everything, and now I need to remove the tire. So the whole trick with the Range Rover is that if it's not lifted high enough, the tire's not gonna move. So I've lifted it really high, but I can tell that where it is. Yeah, there we go. Come check this out, guys. Come check out this puncher. Hey! Literally a hole. A whole hole. So I'm gonna put this in the back of the car.
Your body drive me crazy. Your body need a license fee.
The one thing I love about Range Rover, it's an off-road car, and I think it's disappointing to see that my Range Rover is getting punched over a gravel road. But yeah, it is what it is. We're here, we can't complain.
She just wanna dance and tease me. She just wanna.
Once that part is done, the most important thing is that you put on the spare tire. My only issue now is that the one thing I forgot about changing tires is that, so I used to have a lot of vehicles, a fleet of Uber vehicles. So I got to learn a lot about cars, but not enough. But the one thing I forgot is that when you're screwing it back on, do you start with the bottom or do you start with the top? But if I remember physics, the rule of physics would be start with the top.
Love the way you twist and turn, yeah. Baby, call me, I too fry, I get burned.
Alright guys, I've just finished changing the tire. I'm gonna now start the car to see that I did the right thing. Yeah, and it's now 3:30. This is the time that the game drive is supposed to leave. I wanna see my lions. I wanna see my lions. Guys, you won't believe what just happened. Tire burst, changed the tire, driving about 5 kilometers. The other tire burst. Let's go check it out. As you can see, I have no words. I I literally have no words. I have no words. I don't know. Yes, we're in the bushes, but Range Rover, this should not be happening. Continental Tire, this should not be happening. I have no words. There it is. You can have a look.
When I'm with you,
I can see the game vehicle coming through.
you just too important. Nobody like you do. I can't.
So after 2 punches, and I think, to be honest, Limpopo does have a very rough road. And I am a fast driver. I'm actually not used to driving. So I think, I'm partly to blame. I think the road is partly to blame. But anyway, 2 punches later, finally ready to go in. And I'm really excited at this point because I just want to rest, see a lion, just relax, just be surrounded by the bush, switch off my phone and have a great time. So yeah, let's go in and have a great time.
How does that first tire look? Is it as bad as the second one?
So yeah, they're very bad.
Okay,
I think we took some photos and we'll show you. Yeah. But I think what it was the rocks. Because what happens is your road is smooth,
Yes.
and then at one odd place there's a rock.
Yes.
Yeah. So the moment it hit that rock, it went out.
Yeah, those nice. It looks like with the street tires, with the low profiles.
They're not really. I mean, they're Range Rover tires. I thought they were supposed to be strong.
With the scent, that's the scent that you get to carry on throughout your stay. Get it in the room.
Oh, what is it?
That's sandalwood.
Sandalwood. Hi, explain sandalwood. What is the sandalwood?
It's a scent.
Oh, it's a scent.
Then that the olive cucumber.
One of the things that I really learned early in life was how to manage your mind. And I think while I was in this situation, people were saying, aren't you stressed? I even had somebody saying, maybe about a lawyer or, something's going wrong. And one of the things that I've really learned is that if you manage your mind correctly, you dictate how life should happen to you. So I understood that it's a tire, it's a holiday. I'm not gonna allow a tire to ruin my holiday. So I literally erased that information from my mind and I continued to enjoy my holiday, knowing that when I'm done with the holiday, I'll come back and we'll deal with the car. But I was not gonna allow a car to ruin my moment. And it's a life lesson. So many times in life, we go through so many different things that try and ruin the moment or ruin a project you're working on or ruin something you're doing at work. Don't allow it. Because at the end of whatever you're working on, you can always go back and pick up that thought, Our mind is like filing cabinets. You choose which cabinet you're opening. And if you're not opening that cabinet, you can close it and open it later. So I had a brilliant time. And I knew that, that had happened to the car, but I forgot about it. And boy, did I have a great time. I really, really enjoyed the place. It's a beautiful place. And one of the things that I learned while I was there, it's owned by a billionaire called... I don't think I have clearance to share their name, but it's a royal family. They're very wealthy, and they took an interest in South Africa and they bought a game lodge and they really built a beautiful place. I had an amazing time there, and I definitely want to make sure that I visit many of the other lodges that were there. I must say, Newmark is really coming through with some really beautiful things. I think Limpopo's always been a beautiful place, so yeah, it was really nice to see all of that. So one of the things that I thought were very interesting was, the whole singing. And I often watch Europeans vlog about Africa when they come. And the singing for them is something shocking. And I've kind of gotten it because in Europe, people don't sing at all. Like you only hear singing in a choir or you only hear singing when you go to an orchestra. But in Africa, we always sing. You know, there's a wedding, we'll sing. There's a funeral, we'll sing. There's a baby shower, we'll sing. Every event in South Africa, we will sing. So just the singing was really amazing. You know, it brought back those nostalgic moments of just being in touch with nature and just letting loose and really having a great time. I think, you know, I think I was on the verge of burnout because the political campaign took a lot of energy. It took a lot of time and many sleepless nights. So I'm glad that I was able to, you know, regulate myself and understand that you sometimes need to just take a break and just plug out of the city, go into the bush and just take a break and just go and, you know, relax. And I had such a great time. Went through for a massage, you know, and really just seeing animals and the beauty of nature. I mean, while I was there, I sort of understood that, you know, nature always works out, you know. Got to hear the stories of the animals and what they've been through, and this lion was moved from this place and moved to this area. It was all so interesting. But one beautiful thing that I will always cherish is that we live in a beautiful country. All 9 provinces, we live in a beautiful country. And I always encourage people to say travel. Whenever you're tired, you're almost burnt out, just unplug and travel. You'll find that you'll come back refreshed, come back with new ideas, come back energized, and you'll really push for more. So I had a really amazing time on this holiday. That Limpopo sun. Yes, this is the sun that makes us look beautiful. So yeah, guys, as you can see, Limpopo is really amazing. And although we don't have the Cape Town Ocean, I think Limpopo is one of the best provinces in this country. If you look at the landscape, nature, what we've got, it's really beautiful. So beautiful. Let me go have my lunch. On my mind, as I get back, on holiday, finally resting, finally relaxing. So needed. Having some coffee to warm me up. But here we are. Talk to me with action. We could find a place to relax. Cool down, simmer. Cool now, please. Cool down, simmer. Cool down, love. Cool down, simmer. Cool now, please. Cool down, simmer. Cool down, love. Cool. Look at those first ones there. You can see even their ears are facing that way. They're trying to listen, they're looking, also trying to listen what's going on. That's it. So let's just go a little bit forward. Cool down, 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 cool down. Baby, make me tell you this. I won't waste no time, I'll be proceeding quick. The way you're moving lately got me feeling sick. Like say you forgot to know you're dealing with. Man, I feel like when I'm at work non-stop. You look good more than I when I come back. Sometimes with that come out from that. If you walk and leave, yeah, when I come back. You're falling, but you don't want to fall too hard. Holidays do actually come to an end. And I had to head back to Johannesburg and had to call through a tow company to come and get a vehicle. And we headed back to Johannesburg. And I think while heading back to Johannesburg, you know, I was in the car while I was in the tow truck. And I thought this was quite a cool experience. You know, we felt elevated seeing all the other cars around us. It was quite a cool experience. I really had a great time in Limpopo. And I think for me, you know, what this holiday really taught me or reminded me, it reminded me that we have a beautiful country with so much potential, that royal families from abroad look at South Africa and their dream and hope is to buy a game farm and, you know, own a place with lions and own a place with elephants. And, you know, we grew up around these things. To us, they're normal, but other families see them as treasure wealthy billionaires see them as a goal to attain in life. I was hearing stories of people that travel all the way from Switzerland, from Europe, from Norway, from the US, just to come and hunt and see these animals, and some of the tourists that were there were all international tourists. They were, royal families there, wealthy families there. And all of them were saying, what you guys have in South Africa, we just don't have. And whenever we come here, we enjoy it so much. So I really loved it. And I think for me, it's a big reminder that our country can really become something great if we really focus on our tourism, we reduce our crime in our country, and really make our tourism even more better than what it is. Because there's so much potential. Everywhere you go in South Africa, it's literally heaven on earth. So yeah, thanks guys for tuning in this week. Every single week we bring you a different component of the vlog, and I hope that you guys really like it. And please make sure that you do subscribe. We are on our way to 1,000 subscribers, and I want us to get there before the end of this month. So please make sure that you do hit on the subscribe button, you turn on the notification, and share the video with 5 people. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you do want to know more that's going to be coming up or what we're going to be doing next week, I can give you a hint. Next week, I'm going to be talking a little bit about life lessons, things that I've learned, my perspective. So do tune in to the next vlog to make sure that you learn a little bit more about perspectives and life lessons.